Hi friends, this is Venkat Narayana. Today I am going to discuss fundamental analysis of galaxy surfactants. This is not recommendation. This is for only education purpose only. If you want to take any financial decision, then please contact advisor. Today we are going to discuss introduction, management, financial information. We are not going to discuss management analysis, annual reports, credit reports, and conference calls. Galaxy Surfactants set up in 1990 manufactures, sells, and distributes surfactants and specialty chemicals which are used in intermediate raw materials in personal and home care products. The products of Galaxy Surfactants are baby care, natural segments, premium sulfate free products, men's grooming, premium home care, and migration from lower end surfactants to premium performance surfactants in laundry and dishwashing. Overview of Galaxies. Galaxy have 205 plus products and they have 1750 plus customers throughout globally. They are exporting to 80 countries. Galaxy have 7 factories, 5 factories in India and 1 in Egypt and 1 in USA. They got 70 patents since 2000. Currently they have 1550 employees in their plants. Here addresses of plants. One plant in Tarapur, it's in Maharashtra. Second in Taloja, Maharashtra. Third Jagadia in Gujarat. And another two in Egypt and USA. These people are board members of Galaxy Surfactants. Here S. Ravindranath, Chairman, Non-Executive Independent Director. U. Shekhar, Managing Director. K. Ganesh Kamath, Executive Director and CFO. From these people, Shekhar is founder, Ramakrishnan is founder, and Shashikantan is founder. Galaxy Surfactants IPO happened on 2018, but previously in 2011 they tried for IPO, but at the time, due to poor response, they withdrew the IPO. Later, they came to IPO on 2018. We are going to discuss fundamental analysis of Galaxy Surfactants. First, open browser and enter bscindia.com. Here we are going to check dividends of Galaxy. Here enter Galaxy Surfactants. Here click on corporate actions. Click on this link. Here we have data related to dividends. They started dividends from 2018. In 2018 they gave 7 rupees. In 2019 they gave dividend 2 times and the total amount is 8 rupees. They increased from 7 to 8. Later in 2020 they gave 2 times 6 plus 8 rupees, that means 14. They increased from 8 to 14, that means they increased 6 rupees. So they are giving good dividends from 2018. If you want to invest in any stock in long term, then we need to analyze at least 10 years for that company. Now we are going to discuss fundamental analysis for Galaxy for 10 years. Open one more browser. Here enter RateStar Getting. Here search Galaxy Surfactants. Here this is the company name Galaxy Surfactants. So their products are household and personal products. Market cap for Galaxy is 6,233 crores. Here PE of Galaxy is 26.6. So this is somewhat overvalued. Face value is 10. Here price to book value is 5.54. This is somewhat overvalued. Here we have shareholder pattern. Promoters contain 70.93%. This is good percentage. Foreign investors contains 3%. Domestic investors contain 13.17%. Public contains 8.53%. Here 52-week high is 1949. 52-week low is 1027. Now we'll check price movement graph from IPO 2018. Here click on all. So here February 8th, 2018, price is 1700. It was decreased from 1700 to 900. Later, it was increased from 900 to 1689. So before COVID, price is 1689. Later, due to COVID, price was decreased from 1689 to 1085. Afterwards, it was increased from 1085 to 1860 and current price is 1759. Now we'll discuss last 1 year quarterly results. Here these are consolidated results. So we'll discuss year on year. Year on year means here June 19 and June 20. This is year on year. Here we have sales. Sales decreased from 665 crores to 607 crores. That means minus 8.70. If we check ending before interest, tax, depreciation and amortization, it was decreased from 96 crores to 90 crores. That means minus 5.84. Here we have interest. Interest decreased from 5.97 to 4.81. That means they are repaying debt. This is the good side. Now, if you see the profit before tax, it was decreased from 76.49 crores to 69.89 crores. Here, PBT decreased minus 8.63 percentage. If you see the profit after tax, here it was increased 7.5% from 52.55 crores to 56.49 crores. Here, sales decreased, profit before tax decreased, but profit after tax increased. Why it increased means, here if you see the tax, previous year they paid 23.94 crores, this year they paid 13.4 crores. Here 44% tax decrease. Due to this low tax, here we are getting 7.5% profit after tax. If you check March 20, March 19, here sales decreased minus 3.72%. Here PBT increased 4.59%. Profit after tax increased 9.98%. Here if you see the tax decreased from 20.90 crores to 18.78 crores. So due to this low tax, here profit after tax increased. If you check for these two, here sales decreased minus 7.88%. Profit before tax decreased minus 0.35%. But profit after tax increased 14.67%. If you see the tax decreased from 21.60 to 15.24. Here tax decreased by 29.44%. Due to low tax, here profit increased. If you see September 19 and September 18, here sales decreased 5.32%. Here profit before tax decreased by 1.65%. And if you see the profit after tax, 44.8% increased. Here, see the tax, it was decreased from 22.35 crores to 0.47 crores. That means 97% tax decrease. Due to this tax, here we are getting more profit. If you observe last 1 year results, here due to low tax, they are getting more profits, but sales are decreasing, profit before tax is decreasing. Now, if you want to invest in any company, we need to check 10 years financial analysis. Here we have 10 years of annual results. Here it starts from 2011 to 2020. First we'll check net sales. Net sales increased from 927 crores to 2596 crores. Here we have sales growth. If you see this one, 11 to 12, 47% is increased. Then it was decreased from 47% to 15%, then 7%, then increased to 10%, later decreased to minus 3%. So here sales are decreased, later sales increased, then decreased. In 2020, 6.03% decreased. We need to check the annual reports for the reason to decrease the sales. Now we'll check expenditure. Here we have expenditures from 808 crores to 2228 crores in 2020. Now we'll click on total expenditure. Here we have power and fuel cost, employee cost, manufacturing expenses, general and admin expenses, selling and distribution expenses, miscellaneous expenses. First check power cost. Here we are checking power cost with percentage of sales. In 2011, they used 2.84% power from percentage of sales. Later decreased to 2.63, 2.7, 2.35, 2.03. Here 1.95, like that it will decrease. Say in 2020, 2.2%. It's in the range of 2%, so it's a good sign. Later employee cost. Here 6.26% is employees cost in 2011. Later decreased. So here decreased. Then finally here it increased to 8.02%. Later decreased. Now currently 6.86 percentage. So this is also good sign. If you see the manufacturing expenses, starting they have 4.36 percentage. So it decreased from 4.36 percentage to 2.74%. This is also good sign. So here general and admin expenses, initially they have 2.97%, currently 3.6 percentage. So here they increase slightly. Later selling and distribution expenses, here the selling and distribution expenses increased from 1.34 percentage to 4.82 percentage. Here the sales are increasing. If the sales increasing, they need to spend more for advertising and distribution. So here sales percentage is increased from 1.34 percentage to 4.82 percentage. Later miscellaneous expenses, it was decreased from 2.02 to 1.7 percentage. This is also positive sign. Minimize this one. Now we'll see other income. Other income in the range of 2 crores to 10 crores. This is a less amount comparing with sales. So we'll ignore other income. Now we'll see the interest. Initially here is 19.69 crores interest paid. Later 33 crores, 52, 43, 36. If you see these values, initially years they have more debt. For that purpose they are paying more debt. Later they decreased debt. So here they paid less interest. So current year they are paying 22.64 crores interest. So there is also positive sign. Later profit before tax in 2011 they have 81 crores. In 2020 282 crores. If you see these values, here profit before tax 81, later decreased to 55, decreased to 18, increased to 122, 112, here 161, later increased to 288 crores. So initially years they have less profit before tax, later it was improved. Now we'll see the tax rate. Up to 2019, corporate tax rate is 35%. In 2019, central government changed the tax rate from 35% to 25%. So here 2011 they paid 20% tax, later 40%, 98%, 38 like that. Here it is around 35-40%. In 2020 they paid only 20%. One reason is in 2020 corporate tax is 25%, they paid 20%. Due to this low tax, here they are getting more profits. Now we'll see profit after tax growth. Initial year minus 49%, later minus 99. Here 25,846 percentage increased, minus 9.65. So if you see these values, initial years they have very less profit after tax growth. Later here 48, 45. Then here 7 percentage. Then afterwards 20.85%, 20.65%. Initial years they got less profit after tax growth. Now we'll see balance sheet. Here balance sheet we have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16 is not available. Then 17, 18, 19, 20. Balance sheet contains two categories. One is liabilities, another one is assets. On liabilities side, we have shareholders funds, non-current liabilities, current liabilities. Now we'll see shareholders funds. Here it contains share capital and total reserves. So initially here they have 17.73 share capital. Later it was increased to 35.45. That means here they deployed extra money. Due to this extra deployed money, it was increased from 17.73 to 35.45. Later it is constant. And here we have total reserves. Reserves increased from 133 crores to 1032 crores. So here how we'll get reserves means every year company will get the profits. So from that profit, so we'll take some amount and that amount add to total reserves. So this is the reserves amount. Now here non-current liabilities. Non-current liabilities means long-term loans. Those loans will be paid more than 1 year. Here in 2010 they have 179 crores. March 20, 174 crores. If you observe these values, here 179, 173, then here debt increased, later decreased to 158, 103, 127, 174. Here current liabilities increased from 103 crores to 569 crores. Now see assets. Here we have non-current assets and current assets. Non-current assets means assets more than 1 year. Current assets means assets less than 1 year. Here if we go through current assets, here we have sundry debtors. We need to concentrate on sundry debtors. Sundry debtors means receivables. Here receivables increased from 79 crores to 439 crores. What is receivables? Here receivables is the money that needs to come from customer to company. If any company contains more receivables comparing with sales, then it will be problem. We need to check percentage of receivables comparing with sales. If the receivables more than 20% comparing with sales, then it will be problem. We need to concentrate on receivables. Balance sheet means its balances between the liabilities and assets. Here liabilities are 1811 crores, assets are 1811 crores. Both are balancing. Now we'll see cash flow. Cash flow statements are very important to analyze the company. Here cash flow statement contains three things. One is cash from operating activity, cash from investing activity, cash from financing activity. Cash from operating activity means the money coming from core operations. In 2010, they got 92.62 crores. In 11, 43 crores. 12, 83 crores, like that. In 20, they got 316 crores. The cash from investing activity means they want to invest money into subsidiaries or in other companies. That money comes into cash from investing activity. Here, financing activity means this company needs to pay interest to the banks and dividend to the investors. That money comes into financing activity. We need to sum investing activity money and financing activity money and subtract from operating activity. Later, if we get any money in our hand, then that is net cash flow. If you see in 2020, here cash from operating activity 316.15 crores and they spent 151.08 crores for investing activity and 143.82 crores for debt and dividend. So if we subtract this amount, still they have 21.25 crores. So this is a positive sign. Like that, we need to check for all the years. Here in March 10, operating activities 92.62 crores. Then investing activity they spent 97.99 crores. And here financing activity 16.50 crores. Here company got the money. So this value is positive. Now we need to add these two and subtract from this one. Still they have 11.12 crores. Here expand this one. So previous year they have 6.41 and this year 11.12. Add this one. So they have 18.56 cash in their hand. This amount carry forward to next year. And then add these two and subtract into from this one. Still they need 10.13 crores. That amount will use from previous year amount. So still they have 8.04 crores. So this one add to next year. Like that it will continue. If any company contains money from cash from operating activity, that money can spend to investing activity and financing activity. Still they have positive amount in their hand. Then that company is good. Now we'll check financial ratios. Here we have book value. In March 10, book value is 42.52 rupees. It was increased from here to 301.20 rupees. So this is the positive sign. Later, return on assets. That means how much amount they will get return on assets. If this ratio is high, then that will be good. Here it starts from 8.32% and later it was decreased to 0.03%. Later it was increased, currently 13.65%. So this is the positive sign. And we need to check ROE. ROE means return on equity. Here, this return on equity should be in the range of 20-25, then that company is good. If you see this one, here 23%, 36%, 15, 0.12%. Here it was reduced, later it was increased. So here this ROE is in the range of 24-25. This is a good sign. At the time of checking ROE, we need to take care debt also. Here ROE should be in the range of 20-25 and debt should be low. Here if you see this one, here debt to equity is in March 10 1.07, 1.24, 1.27, 2. Here up to 2014 they have more debt. So later they reduced debt. So this is a positive sign. So we need to check ROE is more than 20-25 and also debt also more, then we should not consider that company. Here they improved debt, so Here this is good sign. So ROCE should be in the range of 20-25. If you see this one, here 21, 26, 16, 10. Here these 2 years was decreased, later increased, currently 23.92%. So this is a positive sign. Here this one, fixed asset turnover. If the fixed asset turnover is higher, then it will be good. Here it's in the range of 2.22 to 2.26. It was not improved more. We need to concentrate on fixed asset turnover. Later, receivable days. Receivable days means how many days company will take to collect money from customers. Here, if the company collect the money within few days, then that will be good. Here we will see initial year they have 42 days. Later 39 days, 36, 36, 39. If you see here, up to these years, they are collecting money within 39 days. Later it was increased to 48, 56, 55, 60. Here we need to check why receivable days are increasing. We need to check reason for receivable days in annual reports. Later inventory days. Inventory days it should be low. If the value is low, then it will be good. Later inventory days. If the inventory days is low, then it will be good. Here in 2010, 43, 41 days, 46 days, like that 45, 42 and increased to 47. So we need to check why inventory days are increased. So those details available in annual reports. We need to concentrate on annual reports. Later payable days. So here payable days increased from 39 to 49 days. So this is also positive sign. Payable days means how many days company will take to pay the money to their vendors. So here receivable days should be low and payable days should be high. Then that will be good for the company. Cash conversion cycle means how many days company will take that converts from raw material to cash. That means raw materials to product. So at that time company will pay the money to the vendors, that is payable days. Once they manufacture products, then those products sell to customers. Customer will give the money, that is called receivable days. Then complete this cycle is called cash conversion cycle. If you see these values, initial year 46 days, 46, 35, 28, 35. Here up to here they have less cash conversion cycle days. Later it was increased. We need to check annual reports. The reason for increasing cash conversion cycle days. Here total debt to equity. Here initial years they have more debt. For that purpose they have total debt to equity is more. Here up to 1.37, later reduced to 0.68, 0.48, 0.34, 0.35. Final point is interest cover. If the interest cover is more, then that will be good. Here it was improved from 4.43 to 13.14. So this is the positive sign. Now we'll see shareholding pattern. Here open screener.in. Go end of the page. Here we have shareholding pattern from March 2018 to December 2019. If you see here in 2018 they have 70.92. Later they increased 0.01. Then afterwards in September 2019 they increased 0.01. Currently they have 70.94. This is a good sign. Here FIS, that means foreign investors, they increased from 2.77 to 3.21 and domestic investors increased from 8.10 to 13.23. Public investors decreased from 18.21 to 12.63. That's it for complete fundamental analysis for Galaxy surfactants. This is not recommendation. That's it for today. If you like this video, please share it with your friends and subscribe to my YouTube channel for future videos. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.